you're going to have to look at yourself when you are planning driving. I think a lot of students feel like, hey, I'm done with driver's ed, so I can go ahead and start driving. But if your parents don't feel comfortable, you won't get your hours, right? Many of you are 15, 16. It's still going to take 3 months to get into segment two. That's an hour and a half per week. So if your mom and dad don't feel comfortable driving you, you need to have a backup person, okay? It's time to do some growing up. Some of you are mature, some of you are immature. All of you are immature because you're kids. And typically around 25 years old, once your brain develops, then you might start saying, you know what, I need to get a job, or I need to take driving serious. But by then it's too late because maybe you don't have your license, you don't have a job. A lot's going to happen to you between now and 10 years from now. You're going to graduate high school, hopefully. You're going to go to college. Maybe, maybe not. You're going to go to skilled trade. You might start working in social media. You should finish driving. Most of you will, some of you won't. You may move out of the house. Some of you are going to be living in your mom's basement or dad's basement. Some of you don't have a plan at all. Whatever happens, happens. And that's fine too. But you got to have a job to have a car. It takes gasoline. You have to have insurance. You have to maintain your car tires and brakes. You have to always prepare. What if your car breaks down? Oh no, I'll have my uncle come and get it. You got to have your plan. And I think a lot of you just kind of go along the seams and whatever happens, happens. I like to have a plan, right? I know I'm doing summer school. I know I'm going to pay some bills. I know next summer I might go to Texas. So plan. And what type of car would you recommend? You want a car that is a mid-sized car, plenty of metal around you to protect you, easy to see, good maneuverability. I'm not going to necessarily give a brand, but you want a car where you feel comfortable. You feel safe. If it's a really small car, you might not feel safe. If it's a really big truck, you might not feel safe. So your taste might be different than mine. So I want to say a mid-sized vehicle. Most of your parents are pretty good about identifying a car. Well, you're going to get the piece of crap that your sister has. Well, you got the piece of crap your sister has. Don't complain. How do I stay at the speed limit? You have to have discipline. And everyone is going 80. You're a new driver. You go 80 and get popped, you're going to be back down to segment one. You're going to get a ticket. Your parents will be very upset. But everyone else is going 80, officer. Officer doesn't want to hear it. So you're going to make a decision. Are you going to drive 80 and 90 like everyone else? Or are you going to drive 70? So part of driver's education is all of you growing up. You're going to make those real life decisions. You're going to decide, am I going to go into a bad area or am I going to stay in a safe area? Am I going to go to my friend's house who's in a sketchy area where my parents don't really think is cool, or am I going to stay in a safe zone? Many of you are going to do both because you're kids. You're going to go in different areas. You need to drive all you can. You need to try to drive every day. But the reality is you guys won't drive every day because your parents are tired. They're tired right now. You make your own dinner. I'm tired. Get some cereal. That's not very healthy, Mom and Dad. You know how to cook. No, I don't. You never showed me. Well, you didn't want to be here when I was trying to show you how to cook. Hey, Melody, I love to see your face. Full face. That's what I want to see. I set the expectations. If I don't see your face, you don't be here. So that's one of the things I'm talking about. I want the company to say, wow, you're doing a really good job. But we know people don't want to show their face. They have their camera up at the wall. They're playing. So you have to learn to grow up. And driving makes you grow up. I see you guys growing up right now. And I don't see some of you growing up right now. But I'm not your parent. I'm only here for 6 times. But I interact with your parents because I want you to be the next generation driver. Time will be the big tell. It takes 10 years for you to become an expert driver. We always pass by the youth home. We always pass by the jail. We always pass by the courthouse because some of you will make wrong decisions. Some of you will hang out with friends who are kind of dangerous. And then you get in trouble. That's what it is. That's what happens. Is it more dangerous on rural roads? It's both. Rural roads have mud, potholes, deer, no street lights, city streets, people run lights, pedestrians walk in front of you. You kind of pick your poison. And that's what I need. You got to pick your poison. You need to learn the dangers of rural roads. You need to learn the dangers of city roads. You need to learn the dangers of just staying in the suburban area. You need to learn the dangers of driving to the city. You need to learn the dangers of driving at night when you're tired. You need to learn the dangers of driving to a Cedar Point or whatever water park you go to. You're going to get tired when you come home. You're going to be in the sun all day, right? I've had students who are out in the sun all day, horseback riding. They're exhausted. So you will learn that each time you go along. You will know your limitations, right? All of you have the kryptonite quotient. You think you won't die. You can do whatever you want. But your age group dies. And we want to be safe. We want to be consistent. And we want you to do a good job. Your teachers tell you, your coaches tell you, your parents tell you when you go to church. But some of you don't listen. People are lazy. They don't want to put in their turn signals. And then that makes everyone else mad and angry. And then that's how they have an accident. So either you're going to learn the right way at 15, 16, 17, 18 and do it the rest of your life, or you won't. If your parents don't use the blinker, I'm not going to use my blinker. Or my mom and dad are horrible drivers, I'm going to be better than them. You have to want to get better. You have to want to improve. Some of you show me that. Some of you are kind of, I don't know. Between that second and third drive, that's when you're really going to materialize and really put it together. I try to create an environment of success. No failure, no frustration, because each of you are different. And if you had a different instructor, a different teacher, a different coach, a different golf coach. Someone refuses you to give you information, take a picture of their license and then keep it moving, right? Take a picture of them, take a picture of their license, have your parents post it on Facebook. Do you know this person? This woman hit my daughter and knocked her unconscious. Her golf clubs flew out. People don't always listen. You don't listen to me. You don't listen to your parents. So what's any different? Why should a full-grown adult or a kid who's 18 or 19 listen to you? They tell you to get a haircut, Alvin. You don't. Why should you listen? I don't listen to you. You don't listen to me. How far ahead should you be when you reverse park? You want to be about 3 or 4 feet from the car. Keep it simple. Line your car up, reverse at an angle, cut it in, and back in. Don't make it overcomplicated. Keep it simple. I'm a firm believer in keeping it simple, keeping it chill. Let's stay relaxed. Let's have fun. I'm excited to drive this weekend. I'm ready. You're my family. Like, let's go. I drive tomorrow after school. Let's go. I drive tomorrow after class. Let's go. The draft is tomorrow. Let's go. You want to drive as much as you can. Once I get my permit, how long should I drive per day? Hour, 2 hours? You can't drive 10 hours in one day. You'll fall asleep. How do we practice going through drive-thrus? One day your parents will say, hey, let's go to the drive-thru. You want to line your car up and just going real easy. I'll set you up. Good questions. If an animal runs in front of you, you don't want to swerve. If you swerve, you're going to hit a car head on. Human life is worth more than animal life.